So I went to the gym January 1st, and for the first time in forever, the gym was empty. I think all the January 1st lifters, they finally said, I'm not going to change this year. They locked out. What's going on, my guys and goddesses? You already know who it is, man. What's going on, y'all? So, SHANNO, we are burning bright today. First things first, I want to say Happy New Year's. Happy 2025. Congratulations to all of y'all who made it. I hope all of y'all were safe out there during these New Year's festivities. I know it can get very crazy out here, especially in Chicago. But yeah, man, I hope y'all had a safe New Year's. The topic of this video is how to start accomplishing your goals, not even for this new year, but just in general, because just because the new year is starting doesn't mean that now has to be the time to start taking care of business, to start doing what it is that we want to do. For the most part, we have all the time in the world, and I say that just to say that we could have started last year, the year before that, the year before that, you know what I'm saying? We cannot wait till the new year to start making changes, to start accomplishing our goals. I made a video literally a week ago about that. But for this video specifically, I'm going to talk about how to actually start setting goals, accomplishing them, and just making proper changes to whatever it is that you want to change in your life. So that being said, let's get started. Let's get into it. Now, when it comes to setting goals, there are three things that you guys need to keep in mind, and I want to get through each and every one of them one by one. Now, the first thing you need to do in order to start accomplishing your goals is actually setting them, and I will call this definition. This is where you define what your goal is and what do you need to do in order to start accomplishing it, in order to start working towards your goals. What is it that you would like to accomplish within the next 6 months, the next year, 2 years? You need to identify what the goal is, the time frame in which you are accomplishing these goals, and what is it that you want. For example, it could really be anything. When it comes to setting goals, it could be, physically, I want to start working out. Mentally, I want to start working on my mindset. Financially, I want to learn financial literacy. I want to start a new business, or I'd like to make a certain amount of income. So the next part of that would be, what steps do I need to take? What do I need to start doing in order to start accomplishing these goals? So as I said, when it comes to physically, like my physical goals within the next 6 months, maybe I want to, if I was like 300 pounds, maybe I want to lose that weight and start putting on muscle. Some of those habits would include start going to the gym, start eating better, changing my diet, and eliminating junk food. If I want to start working on my mindset, one thing the steps I would need to take in order to start doing that is maybe reading more, start meditating, deleting social media so I can put the proper things into my mind so that my mindset would become better. Financially, I start reading a lot of financial literacy books. I start looking after famous or successful businessmen. I start practicing their habits. I start being smarter with my money, saving, investing. Are you getting the picture? Once I define what my goal is, I would do research. I would start finding out what are the necessary steps in order to start accomplishing these goals, in order to start working towards these goals so that I can get my desired result. Short and sweet. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Now, the next part in accomplishing your goals is to do it. No, I'm not going to give you some motivational speech as to why you need to start accomplishing your goals. Like, I don't really need to say much on that. Just do it. I'm not going to throw in a Shia LaBeouf meme to do it, get the point across that you just need to do it. Now, the only thing I will tell you though is perfection. Like, I know myself, I'm a S-tier perfectionist. And with me coming on these videos, now you start seeing that I'm making more mistakes. I start stuttering. When you are working towards your goals, it is not going to be perfect. Whatever you do in life, it is not going to be to the most quality of work. You can start and suck. Like nine times out of 10, you're not going to start and instantly be a pro at whatever it is that you're doing. See, what all that matters is progress. The fact that you're starting, and the more you're able to do it, you start getting better at what it is that you do. As long as you're making progress, perfection is the last thing you should be worried about. Because the more you're making progress, that's when you're going to start seeing results. When we have the perfectionist mindset, the fact that we're not doing it to the best of our ability, or at least what we think is the best of our ability, that's when we start going backwards and we lose consistency. Now I'm gonna talk about that in the next subject, but we stop being consistent because we're unable to be consistent because what we're doing is not perfect. And as I said, we can't expect it to be perfect. As long as we're making progress, as long as we're actively trying, that's all that matters. So that is just doing it when it comes to accomplishing your goals. Now, for the last one, which I just previously mentioned, consistency. Consistency is another thing I struggle with, as you can see across my channel. One thing that can limit you from being consistent is being a perfectionist, just focusing on perfection. Being consistent consists of practicing these habits, practicing these steps over and over again until we receive the required practicing these same habits consistently over a period of time until we achieve our desired result. That's what I meant to say. Every action that is repeated over and over again, it becomes a habit. And those are the habits that you want to practice in order to start achieving those goals. And you want to stay consistent with it. Because as soon as you stop, you start losing progress, you start falling back, and you lose focus. As I said, one issue that you may face is the idea of being perfect. Like, you're not going to be perfect. 2, losing consistency when you're not seeing results. Like, you cannot expect to see your result in the first 2 days of you trying. Even if you do end up doing it, it's never going to be like that 100%. Like, you're not going to constantly see your results the more that you do it. You could be going to the gym for a whole 6 months and not see any progress. You could be making YouTube videos every day for the next 6 months and still not see 1,000, not even 100 subscribers. But you can't have the idea that you're going to receive your result. You don't even want to be worried about the results at all, because it distracts you from staying consistent and actually making progress. Just focus on the progress that you're making, the things that you're learning, just everything you're learning while you're doing these things, while you're accomplishing your goals, because you're going to fall in love with the process more than you do the results. And naturally, you're going to want to keep doing it. So when you finally see the results, it isn't a surprise. Now, the last thing I want to bring to you is focusing on 1%. I talked about this in my last video, but prioritizing 1% will get you way farther than 100%, and then you lose all that momentum the next day, and then you're waiting for a week to get back on track. But when you're focusing on 1% every day, that's when you start seeing that slow momentum. But you're still gaining momentum and you're getting towards your goals way faster or more efficiently, I'd say. 1% can include, when it comes, let's say, going to the gym, like maybe 10 push-ups a day or like 5 push-ups a day. And then next week you start doing 10 push-ups. When it comes to changing your mindset, reading 5 pages a day. And then next week, reading 10 pages a day. Maybe the next month, you're reading 1 book a month. Maybe the next week, you're reading 2 books a week. If that makes sense, focusing on 1%, it compounds over time instead of reading 100 pages in one day and then you just stop and you don't pick up the book for the next couple of weeks. It's way easier on your mind to prioritize 1% instead of having to focus on trying to achieve this huge percentage that makes no progress over time, which is what matters, just being consistent over time and making progress. That is consistency, and to me, those are the 3 ways that you can accomplish your goals, period. I hope this gave you some insight and just a little bit of motivation or encouragement to actually start accomplishing your goals, actually start working towards the lifestyle that you want, whatever it is that you want. I hope you get what you want this year, honestly. And I like to start making more videos, not even just for myself, but to help you all through this 2025 journey and just seeing the overall positive lifestyle that you want. It's all positivity this year. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. This is SHANNO signing off.